Hello everybody, my name is Suyash, you're watching MindBodySpirit. I want this to be a brief video, just want to talk to you about 3 lists that you can make that'll make your belief in the law of attraction much stronger and your manifestations with the law of attraction much faster. So let's get started. So a lot of people, when they start out with the law of attraction, they don't start with a position of belief. Even though from wherever you learn about the law of attraction, they'll certainly tell you that belief is really important. You have to have belief in the law, you have to have belief in your intentions, in yourself, and you really have to have a belief that whatever you are intending for is coming true. It's already there or it is going to manifest in the future. You have to have that belief. And yet, I think most of the people, myself included, start a little bit with faith that, it should work, because these people are saying that it works. It may have worked that one time, we may recollect. For example, in my last video, I said that because I had worked a lot with my thoughts, because I was meditating, so I could connect the two, and so I had this faith that it would work. Similarly, some people may already have had some experience where they unknowingly, as in they never tried to manifest it, and yet it manifested, and then they realize when they learn about the law of attraction that because I was focusing so much upon that, that's why it manifested. So a lot of people, because we have certain prior experience to it, or sometimes simply because the person that is telling all this seems like a genuine person, he seems like a good guy, and so you want to have faith in him, right? And so that's where we start, a lot of us. But faith can be a precursor to belief, but faith will not by itself get converted into belief, because for belief you have to have certain evidences, you have to have certain experiences, and on the basis of those evidences and experiences you can say that yes, I have belief on the law of attraction. Now, how do you create this belief? Well, it seems very simple. You just have to have certain evidences and you have to have certain experiences with the law of attraction, and that belief will be created. So that brings us to our first list, which is extremely important. The first list is basically a list of all the things that you have manifested with the law of attraction. And it can be something really simple and so small that you may even think that did the law of attraction really work in order to manifest this, or was it just a coincidence? Like in one of my previous videos, I talked to you about you're going somewhere and you just you're getting late, you want to reach somewhere on time, and so you just have this thought in your mind that I'm getting only green signals on my way, throughout my path I'm only getting green signals, nowhere is it red, nowhere do I have to stop. And so what happens is that somewhere where you always get a red signal, you encounter a green signal. Now often what we'll do is we'll just forget all about it, we'll feel good about it, and we'll feel relieved that yes, excellent that this happened, and yet we'll forget all about it. Instead of forgetting all about it, what I would like you to do is whenever you get a chance, just have a list of all the manifestations, small and big, that are going on in your life. For example, I have a register at home, in fact a notebook which is really beautiful, something, it's really stylish, and something that I really like writing in. But also I have a note app on my mobile phone, and so as soon as something like that happens, and so as soon as I reach my destination, I'll just stop, take a moment, and just write it down that what, today with the date and the time, that this is what happened. I just thought that I should not be getting any red signals, I should be only getting green signals, I'm zooming past all the signals, reaching my destination on time. And so I'll just take a few seconds and just note that down, and then I'll get back home. By that time probably I would have collected even more of such instances of manifestation on that note taking app, and so I'll copy all of that down to that copy or that notebook. Now gradually what you'll see is that list keeps getting bigger and bigger. There'll be days when you're just manifesting maybe one or two things in that entire day. There'll be other days where, because you're observant and your mind is really open to it and your mind is looking for evidences where your thoughts are getting converted into reality, that you'll start noticing maybe every 1 hour or every 15 minutes sometimes that something or the other, you were just thinking about something and it happened. You were thinking about something 1 week back, 1 month back, and you realize that it has happened. When these small things happen, just dwell on them a little bit. Just take a moment. Don't start meditating for 15 minutes because that would affect your work. I don't want that to happen. But just take 10 seconds, close your eyes, make a mental note that this is another instance where the law of attraction has worked, right? And then grab your cell phone, grab your notebook, whatever is convenient, and just note that down. Just note that down. If you're noting it down in your cell phone, just go back home and also note it down in your diary, because that creates a double. You're writing about it twice, so that obviously is twice the power, because writing is really powerful. And do this for the small things that you'll normally ignore. So just the other day, somebody called me up and said, Suyash, grab that book, open page 131. There is something really interesting in that. Now, I was like not at home at that time, so I was thinking 10 minutes that I don't know what's interesting on that page 131. So as soon as I got back home, I opened that book and boom, page 131 just got opened by itself. Now, many people would be like, hey, this is creepy, or what just happened? I have superpowers. Or they would just ignore that. I don't know whether you have superpowers or not. All I know is that your thought got manifested into that, and that's not a coincidence. That's a manifestation. We are often predisposed to think that that was a coincidence, but I'm telling you, it's not a coincidence. Even coincidences happen because we are attracted, because everything we are attracting into our life. Law of attraction is working whether we know it or not, whether we are applying it or not. Applying the law of attraction simply means having a level of control over what we are attracting, because otherwise we are attracting all the time. So even a coincidence is something that we attracted. Right? So when that happens, just write it down, just dwell on it, close your eyes, 10 seconds, mental note, physical note, and then again a written note. Okay. Similarly, you're thinking about a person and that person just gives you a call out of the blue. In India, when that happens, I don't know from where this saying came from, but when somebody just calls you and you were thinking about them, and so when you pick up the phone, you tell them, hey, you have a really long life because I was just thinking about you. I don't know where that came from. In the Western countries, I believe it's the exact opposite. Think of the devil, right? So I don't know whether that person that called you is a devil or whether he's becoming just immortal because you keep thinking about them. All I know is that your thoughts are working, your thoughts are manifesting. When that happens, mental note, physical note, written note. And by making these notes, what will happen is that belief that you have in your mind just keeps getting stronger and stronger, and you're in a position to manifest bigger and bigger things. Now, the next two lists, I was not really sure if I should include them in this video, because they're either something that I've already talked about or something so important that it can't be just part of any other video, and they deserve a video of their own. So this may be a hint to an upcoming video, or maybe you already know this and just a reminder, but I thought that these are two important points that I should include in this video about lists. So the second list would be a list of all the things that you're trying to manifest. So at any given point, as we have talked about in my recent videos, and I've also given you a way of how to do it. And what I'm talking about is obviously at a given time manifesting several things at a time. So it's always better to have all of that in writing, just so that is all clear in your mind. So when you write, it gets compartmentalized in your mind as well. And also another important, I'm not talking about the third list, we are coming to that, but in this particular point itself, another important list to create is, for every specific intention, just go a little bit into detail of what you really want. So be a little specific. So for example, you're trying to manifest a car, just go into a little bit of detail and make a list of all the things that you want in that car. So first of all, which car, what color, which exact model, right? So just be a little specific when it comes to what you are asking the universe to manifest for you. And I think making a list of all the things that you want is a perfect way, not just to write, because writing is a powerful method in itself, but also to make it clear within yourself what you really want. So the second list is that. The third list is again extremely powerful. I already have 2 videos about gratitude, and in fact they are pretty old, so I'm actually thinking of making another video, a fresh video about gratitude with certain thoughts that I've recently discovered about gratitude, and I think that's going to be a big video of mine. So that's coming soon. But at the end of the day, and even at the beginning of the day, if time permits you, if your schedule permits you, just write a list of all the things that you're grateful for. So it can be a list of all the big things that you're grateful for, like I have this education, and I have this career, and I have this loving family, and these wonderful friends, and all of these things, right? So all the big things that have happened to you, which make your life beautiful in the long run. And also you can make a list of all the small things that are happening to you, right? So today in the morning I got a commute, and that driver was so nice, and my cab was on time, and that person that I met, hey, that was such a kind person that I just met on the subway, or something like that, right? All the small things and all the big things that are happening to you, it's a good idea to just make a list of things that you're grateful for. Again, for those 2 reasons, when you write, first of all, it gets clear in your mind, and it is there that you can read. And if any time you start getting doubts, and if at any time you're negative and you just start losing track a little bit, you can just come back on track with the help of that list. So every time you read it, you won't be able to help it. You will get into an attitude of gratitude, right? And Also, when you write, it is powerful in itself, as we have extensively talked about at this point. So these are the 3 lists that I wanted to talk to you about today. They're really powerful. I urge you to try them and you'll really start noticing a difference right away. In case you liked this video, don't forget to hit the like button. Any comments or feedback, please leave in the comment section below, and make sure you subscribe, because now I'm frequently posting videos about the law of attraction. It would be just wonderful to connect with you in a better way. It was, as usual, a pleasure to talk to you in this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.